All right. Boom. Happy New Year. Almost though, because it's actually finna be like what? It's New Year Eve. But I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all this good tea early. So I'm here to say bye 2017. Not goodbye, because ain't nothing good about her. But bye. Because she got to go. Just like Felicia and everybody else, 2017 got to go. And I need to give her the proper farewell just in case she tries to come back disguised as somebody else like 2018. And I don't have time for that. So let's get into it because I learned some lessons from her. Even though she was the biggest bitch I've ever met, she was bipolar and so forth and so on with all these windstorms and fires and snow. I said snowstorms. We didn't have a snowstorm, but we got snow, and that's something we have not gotten in Houston in a very, very long time. But with all that, she even came through with the Hurricane Harvey or whatever that was. We all thought it was a conspiracy because that rain just didn't stop. And we didn't know where it came from. Then all of a sudden the clouds went moving and we saw that shit. We saw you, government. But we ain't gonna even go there. Goodbye. No, wait. Bye 2017. And let's get into what I have learned from you, girlfriend. Because you know you came. You taught me, baby. 2017 has dragged me. I'm surprised I still have any edges at all because, honey, she snatched me. I mean, I went into 20. Wait, yeah, I went into 2017 with this whole thought about what I'm gonna do, how much I'm gonna make, and how I'm gonna make it, and what was gonna be happening in my life because it is my life, right? Baby, 2017 was like, oh wait, that's cute. No. And I was like, but why? And I ended up in the hospital for 4 whole days in January. I'm talking about at the beginning of January. And that shit just set the tone for the whole year. Now, of course, I know you probably like, girl, quit being so dramatic. Okay, I'm gonna stop with the drama. But for real, that shit was hard. So I wasn't able to bounce back from it. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take that as a lesson. As a lesson. All right, so that'll be number one. And yes, your girl got good notes. So let me refer to them. Number one, what I have learned from 2017 is about resilience. This year I was not resilient. I went through some shit and I let that shit hold me down the whole time. And I just, I can't say that I shouldn't have done that. It needed to happen for me to understand how to be resilient. Millionaires, and I'm not gonna even go as far as to men because shit, I don't really know any millionaires. But people of influence, people that are successful, we all know those people. They go through shit. And just like they go through shit, they can bury their mama and then be back on television or whatever it is that they have to be on the following week or so, month at the least. And I just feel like that's resilience. You have a job to do, you have a purpose to fulfill, you got to do that shit. So that is what we call resilience, being able to push through even when you don't feel like it, even when the shit is really hard. So I learned resilience from 2017. All right. Now, the other thing is that no one cares. This is still kind of part of resilience. The other thing is that no one cares. No one cares what you are going through. No one calls to check on you. And I'm not saying this from a place of like, like I'm throwing shade. No, that's not the case. Because 9 times out of 10, people don't even know what the shit you're going through. Because honestly, they used to keeping up with you on social media. So the minute you don't post your personal business on social media for them to find out about, then they don't know what's going on with you. So you suffer in silence. And I'm saying no one cares because that still goes to the fact that no one cares enough to pick up the phone just to say, hey girl, hey boy, how you doing? And nobody's doing that anymore. So, unless you got some great friends, like me, because I check on people, ain't nobody finna care and check on you. So you have to take care of yourself and save yourself, okay? Resilience. If you are broke, fix that shit. If you are sad and depressed, fix that shit. I personally remember making a phone call to someone and saying that I was not feeling well I wasn't feeling well. I just wasn't feeling well. And the person did nothing. And I'm not mad. What that taught me was what? resilience. So push the hell through, get through it, stop putting these labels on yourself, and just make shit happen. Because the only thing you are losing is time. Which brings me to number 2. The second thing that 2017 has taught me is the value of time. Because I chose to be, well, I take that back. Because I was depressed, because I'm not going to be insensitive. That would be really jackass-ish of me. I'm not going to be, insensitive. Depression is real. I've experienced it. But I also realized that there were times that I was super good. I was good. And there were times when things were bad. And, what I should have done was taking advantage of the time that was good versus just wallowing in the bad. Okay. Now, this doesn't go probably straight across the board for everybody, because I know there are certain conditions and things that we must take into account when we're talking about certain people. But as for lots of us, like myself, whenever you are going through something, it is totally up to you to pick yourself up, because time is of the essence. You do not have time to lay in bed all day. You do not have time to be sad about some shit that happened a year ago. You just don't have that kind of time. Because what happens whenever you come out of that depression, like I have, you then realize how much time you lost. And guess what? You can't get that shit back. It's not sold at the store. You can't. So, time is something that 2017 has taught me about. So now I value it. Moving on, number three, perspective. 2017 has helped me to understand and look at things differently. Perspective can definitely help to shape your mind into what it needs to be in order to push you forward. So is your glass half empty or is it half full? That is the most perspective shit I've ever heard. That's funny. But no, for real. Perspective is what helps you to look at things in a way that, propels you. I mean, you can look at your life as if it sucks, or you can make that shit not suck. It's up to you. Me personally, I just choose to see the best in things. If something didn't work out between you and a friend, hey, she just wasn't meant to be in your life. And that's okay. She may come back around later and at that time be the perfect person that you need, and all things will be good. It's all about perspective. I have lost friends. I ain't lost no boyfriend. They lost me. Perspective. But I have lost friends. I have lost loved ones to death. I have lost just stuff, material things. And going back to death, my sister died. She died of cancer. But we really know she didn't die of cancer. She died of the treatments that were given to her, because of her cancer. And so for me, I don't like the fact that my sister is dead, because, I like her. But the gag is, it took for her to die for me to become a much more health conscious individual. So had it not been for what she had gone through, plus the other 2 people in my family who have also gone through it, then I just wouldn't probably be where I am today. So perspective. Granted, it sucks that she had to go, but she had to go for me to be able to be where I am. Perspective. Number 4 on my list is standards. 2017 has taught me all about standards. I mean, and I'm speaking on me personally. Some people may think that I'm going to go into the relationship part of it. No, because that's just not my concern right now. But when it comes to me and myself, I hold myself to a certain standard. And also, I hold my child to a certain standard. I hold my parents to a certain standard, and my friends. I also hold my work to a certain standard, which is why I choose not to release something every month. Because I know that in order for me to release quality work, I need to take my time. So, and no shade, but I see people all the time who, as soon as they get through with something, they put it out there. And I'm just like, but wait, where are the checks and balances? Like, we're just gonna do this? We're just gonna finish it and put it out? No. I hold myself and my work to a certain standard. And when I die, everything that I have done will remain on this earth, including this video. That is why I have dressed up for the funeral of 2017, because that is a standard for me. Now, moving on. The last thing that I have learned is expectancy. Expectancy. When it comes to expectancy, 2017 has taught me to not expect a damn thing from anybody. You can only expect things from yourself. Because at the end of the day, you cannot control anybody. You don't know what anybody is thinking, nor what they're going through. You cannot control life circumstances. So you cannot expect anything from anybody, let alone anything. You know? Okay, that's it. That you know sucked. But you just cannot expect anything from anybody. I mean, you set yourself for a major letdown when you do so. Now, that doesn't mean that if you are a CEO of a company that you should not have certain standards and expect certain things from your employees. I mean, come on, you do cut their checks. That's one thing. But when it comes down to certain types of relationships, when it comes down to values, you cannot expect for people to value the same things that you do. Me personally, I value being nice and slim. Now, granted, right now I'm about 10 pounds heavier because I just have not given a damn over the past couple months. But I expect for myself to get back on my shit and lose those 10 pounds. Now, I don't expect for my friend to join me because that's her and her life. You get what I'm saying here? So 2017 has taught me all about expectancy. Whenever you are trying to just live your best life, you got to just let stuff roll off of your shoulder. You have to pick your battles, as the old folks would say. Okay? So, going into 2018, let's just be aware. If you haven't done this kind of checks and balance system and, figured out what you have learned from 2017, I suggest that you do so. I've seen so many people post about how bad 2017 was, and I think that we can all agree to that shit. So, moving forward, how are we going to handle next year? I predicted it would be a pretty good year. But again, I ain't expecting shit from 2018 either. All I'm going to do is expect something from myself, put the work in, and do what I got to do. So, until the next video, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. This is my last video of 18. Look at me finna lie. This is my last video of 2017. I know I didn't do much, but at least I got the damn channel started. So don't judge my life, judge your own. All right? So until then, check out my website. Follow me on social media, all things Chris. Talk to me because I talk back. And we're going to do the damn thing next year for real. No excuses. If you haven't watched all of my previous videos, definitely please do that. Subscribe to my channel because I have so much coming to you guys. I'm going in a total different direction. That took everything out of me to say that. I lost my breath. But Happy New Year to you guys. Be blessed, be prosperous, plan as best as you can, but be blessed. Do the best you can. If something happens, let it roll off of your sleeve and keep it moving, you guys. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. And as always, peace, everybody.